Alrighty, so today we're going to be having a look at compound interest. Now, compound interest is different in the sense that in compound interest, we are dealing with interest that changes. With simple interest, the interest you get in year 1 is exactly the same as the interest you get in year 15. Whereas with compound interest, that's not the case. You get money based on how much money is in the account. And in fact, most accounts and most businesses use compound interest. It is the far more common version of it. And it has a formula, just like simple interest, and it uses almost all the same variables that we've already learnt about. So we've got A equals P, 1, that's the number 1, plus I to the power of n, where A is the future value or future value of account. P is the principal, starting amount. Little I is interest rate, which is a percentage. And n is the number, well, it's actually in this case time. Because unlike in the previous one, the interest rate can be written not in years and stuff. So we're going to be saying that it only matters that these two are in the same time units. Meaning if they're both monthly, then they should both be monthly. If they're both yearly, then they should both be yearly. It depends. So they need to be in the same units of time. Whereas P and A don't mind because they're not really time constrained as such. So let's have a look at actually doing some compound interest. So let's calculate the value of an account of $8,000 at 3% per annum over 2 years, and let's look at the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest. So for simple interest, we can go I is equal to PIN, and in this case we have got that P is equal to $8,000, I is equal to 3 over 100, and n is equal to 2. Since it's already in years and 3% is per annum, we're all good to go. So capital I is equal to 8,000 times 3 over 100 times 2. And that's equal to $480. Alrighty. Now really, where is this $480 coming from? Well, it means that in year 1, we made $240. And then in year 2, we made $240. Notice it goes up the same each time. You don't get to add the first $240 back into the account and then recalculate it. No, if you got $240 in the first year, you're going to get $240 in the second year. Note $240 is that divided by 2. Because if you did it for 10 years, it'd be times 10. So you're just getting $240 times 10. Alrighty. But that's not the amount in the account. That's just the interest. So the amount in the account is equal to P plus I. And so we've got the total amount we made was $8,000 plus the $480 of interest, $8,480. Alrighty, let's have a look at compound interest instead. So compound interest skips the interest step. So if you need to find the interest, you have to work backwards for that. So A is equal to P, 1 plus I to the power of n. And it's all exactly the same units as before. P is equal to 8,000. I is equal to 3 over 100. N is equal to 2. And we're good to go. So A is equal to 8,000. Now the brackets are implied multiplication, 1 plus 3 over 100, all to the power of 2. And you'll notice this time that the amount of money is going to be bigger. $8,487.20, which you can see is more money than in the simple interest. It's not a lot more money, but it's $7.20, which is not significant over 2 years, but over a longer period of time, that's going to add up more and more and more. But let's go back and look at for the interest, right? In this case, we know what the amount in the account is, the future value of the account is, but we don't actually know what the interest was. So we're going to use that formula, A equals P plus I, substitute A and P in, $8,487.20 is equal to $8,000 plus I, subtract 8,000 from both sides, and that leaves us with $487.20 is equal to $8,000. So over here in the first year, we made $240, and in the second year, also made $240. For compound interest, it's actually not that far different. In the first year, no change. Because over 1 year period, there is no difference between compound interest and simple interest. But for the second year, the amount of money actually increased to $204.07 Sorry, $247.20. So it increased by $7.20. Okay? So just be mindful that the main difference between simple and compound interest does not happen until more than a year, or unless we're compounding at different periods, which is what we're going to be looking at in another video. Alrighty, so hopefully that gives you a quick introduction into how to use the main compound interest formula, but also then working backwards to calculate interest. So now we can calculate I, and we can calculate A using the compound interest formula. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.